would be a college football show without getting the opportunity to talk about the Colorado Buffaloes and USC 21.5 point favorite. The total 73.5, maybe even 74 right now. Gave out the total over last week. That was a dead on loser. No excuses there. But I am one. Right, I'm still pro Colorado, even what happened last week. I think they saw it come. I think the comments of Sanders indicated that he knew that they were going to be up against it. You can be brash and bravado, which he never was, wasn't to a certain extent in this game, right? Like he was kind of in the other games a little bit that they still, it was a struggle against Colorado where they got it done. They won. And I'm just talking about the spread here. So the thing about Colorado, it's a bummer. You don't have Hunter still. You got, Williams. You think about what Oregon just did to Colorado. It's going to be different in Boulder. It's going to be different in Boulder, promise you. Not different, different in Boulder, another upset here type of thing. I don't think USC's defense is pretty bad. I mean, look, I flubbed it up on the total last week, but probably going to go on the over again here. And I'll just do it on the show right now. It's 74. It might be even 74.5. I have a feeling this thing's going over. This one's going over. If I blew it last week because Colorado, the thing about for me, I talked about we all talked about the transfer portal, the Colorado situation, right? Okay, we know that the Hunter, Shador, the talented player, but the sheer numbers that they brought in, and it was a big deal. Colorado is not 3 touchdowns worse than USC. They're 2 touchdowns worse than USC on their home field. I feel like I promise you that. It's going to take me all the, not to go premium on Colorado. It's tough, right? Because sometimes when you send out a square play, I got to be honest with you. Sometimes a square play, you don't want to send out such a, not necessarily a square play, things like that. But there's some volatility to Colorado. I get it. So, thanks, Mike, for that. Maybe I have them 20. Maybe I have the Gators 22, right? I'm not too impressed. I'm not too impressed right now. I think we're all talked about Graham Mertz early in the season on this chat. And Mindy did too. I'm pretty sure she's not a Graham Mertz. All right, USC here. Mike says big time. He's got them by 4+ touchdowns. If USC goes and hangs that type of number on them, man, they might win it all. It feels like it's tough. Don't forget, you're still going to Boulder, Colorado. It's not Colorado Springs or anything. Thomas going exactly the opposite here of me, it feels like. That's all right. Mike says, hey, I was on, or, oh, this came up. I never got that line. We were on the Circa show, certainly, and we know it opened at Circa 23.5. Let me get it right now. 21.5 currently. So Circa opened at 23.5. I saw as high as 27.5. So I have a feeling it's actually going to go higher for USC. Shouldn't it, Mike? The way you guys are talking, it feels like it should. It feels like, I don't know if I'm. It's one of those where even I question where the sharps are at. It feels like they're on Colorado. It feels like successful sharps are on Colorado, but that is strictly my perception of this situation. So I'm going to be on Colorado again. I think they have a deep roster. I think they were up, at Oregon. I think you're going to see more home teams winning by margin in some of these games, in this conference too. I think we might see it again this weekend with some other teams. So I don't mean Colorado's going to win this, but I think that this is a far more equalized than we're giving it credit for. Oh, in a Oh, gotcha, Mike. Thank you. You mean yeah, in a deep look ahead line. Thank you. You know what? I did see that actually. You're right. Um, before last week's results. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Thank you. Didn't I wasn't correcting you at all. I just has my notes there and I wasn't thinking. But yeah, it definitely was 14 and a half for sure. Yeah, I saw that too. So I'm not saying that that's where my number puts this right here, right now, but I do think in my mind, it was this feels more like a two touchdown game. I think we're um, I'm hoping bookmakers are overreacting, but I'll go over 74 and a half in this one. This one, USC's defense, you guys, come on. They're not going to win the national championship. They're not. The reason why Williams might actually win another Heisman is because they might really get into some game. They might get into some wild Pac-12s here. That's the thing. The Pac-12 really is going to be. Will maybe see the difference when they go into those other conferences. Is on the defensive. Now maybe they can close the gap a little bit with a little more reach in recruiting because this the Pac-12 can complain all they want. It seems like to me. I mean, look, I'm bummed, and we're all bummed. Nobody wants to see the Pac-12 leave. Nobody wants to see Oregon State and Washington State in with those whatever. It's over. It's over. Get over it. That's what they told me about Mindy and me. But this is good for the Pac-12. Just like it's going to be great. Mindy's awesome. This is good for the Pac-12 for those teams. Why wouldn't they recruit better on those national recruiting? This has to be better. 4 teams. Don't worry about travel. This is professional college football. You're going to go to school January through, August or whatever it is now. You go to school and yeah, you have classes during the season. You do all that. But this is going to help them get better talent, better recruits. The Pac-12 is going to benefit from this big time. And not those other schools though. The teams that are going to the conferences. Okay, enough. Hey, they tell me about too long on these takes. I'm never wrong on them, and even if I'm wrong, don't question me. I'm always kidding, but they think I'm serious, and then that gets me in trouble. All right, let's move on here, you guys. We're on the over at this point, but probably get